Hey YouTube, so Kayle just got reworked. And my opinion on the rework is that she's the best rework Riot have done so far. I absolutely love everything about her. I think they kept true to her core. She's an assassin, a ninja. She's amazing at diving now. And honestly, I would say everything is great about her. I've played her around 10 games. She's lovely. And honestly, I have no real complaints. The only thing I could maybe say is the Q should be about 25 to 50 range longer. When you're clearing minions, it's kind of annoying. But that's the only problem I could possibly have with her. So overall, I love her. So now let's first get into the runes and talk about how you guys should be playing Akali. The things I found most successful is starting with Electrocute, then going for Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, and Ravenous Hunter. In the second tree, in the secondaries, you'd want to have either Sorcery or Resolve, depending on if it's an easy matchup or a difficult one. If it's an easy matchup, you want to go Celerity and Scorch. And if it's a difficult matchup, you want to have Chrysalis, Second Wind, one of those two, combined with a Bone Plating. Now, let's go into the items that I found most successful. The items I found most successful on Akali is different from most people, but if you can start from the beginning. First, you're going to start with a Longsword and Refillable Potion if you're against an easy matchup. And against a difficult matchup with a lot of poke, you want to go Doran Shield and a Health Potion. Afterwards, you want to start building towards your Gunblade, which is the most common item on Akali, and everybody's building it, pretty standard. The difference is after this item, most people go for Styrax, which is over here. Most people go for Styrax. A lot of people go for Blitzbane and the Squishy build. I don't like any of those two builds because I found you dying too easily with Blitzbane and too little damage with Styrax. What I tried and what I found the most successful is going for Morellonomicon or Liandry's, depending on if you need the anti-healing or not. And then you combine that with a Rylace, and then you go into a Spirit of Assassin. I think that is generally the best item build I've been able to find. Now, let's go through the skill order. So on Akali, you want to max Q. Afterwards, you want to max W. And then third, you want to max the E ability, obviously. Ultimate will always go first. What you're going to do is you skill Q, W, E, Q, Q, Ultimate in that order. Now, let's just get some abilities, and then we can go over the combos. The combo, I'm going to buy the items first that I need. Let me just get some money here. I use some items, that's fine. We're going to buy boots. I'm going to buy the Gunblade, which is over here. We're going to buy Morellonomicon, Rylace, and then a Spirit of Assassin, because that's generally the build I go for. If you don't go for Spirit of Assassin, you could opt in for a Sonya's. That depends mostly if you're against AP or AD. Now, let's go over the combos. So, on Akali, the combo I found the most successful and the most damage is walk up to the enemy, you Q them, ultimate E, W, auto, Q, E, and then just Q again on autos, right? That's generally the one I found the most successful due to the fact that you get to hit all your abilities and do a ton of damage, and you can mostly one-shot enemies. Obviously, you can use your Rylace or Hextech Gunblade whenever you want to in that combo. Now, often you won't be able to walk up to the enemy person, and you will have to just start off by using an ultimate. But it's going to be the same combo just without Q. You ultimate, E, W, Q, walk in, auto, Q, auto, E. I missed the E there, but generally something like that. One really important thing to note on Akali is during the laning phase, you need to abuse the healing aspect of the Q, which only works if you have over 180 energy. So don't just spam your Q and waste all your energy. That's the biggest mistake a lot of bad Akalis is going to use. Try to keep your energy high during the early laning phase and heal off your Q, because that's going to give you a tremendous advantage. Now, let's go over the abilities. The Q is a standard ability. You have the cone. This is where you do the damage. It's instant, which is different from a lot of abilities. And then in the outer edge of it, it slows. In the inner edge, it just does damage. As you can see, it slows there. The passive is the circle that you just saw. What happens is when you attack an enemy champion with abilities, you get the circle. If you walk out of the circle, I missed it there. If you walk out of the circle, you get the passive proc, which is this one. You can see it in the animation. And then you auto attack, you get a lot of extra damage from the passive. The W is a shroud, which makes you invisible. And it spreads out slowly, so it becomes like a donut, which means you can be seen in the middle, but not on the outside. If you walk in and out of the donut, or of the shroud, it stays for a longer time. The E is the shuriken you fire out. And then you can jump back to the enemy via the shuriken. Very difficult to hit, which is also why I recommended doing the ultimate into hitting it. For example, this combo. Because when you use your ultimate, they get CC'd for 0.5 seconds, which gives you enough time to use E and W. And then you can always use E again. Because as I said earlier, it's a very difficult spell to hit due to the fact there's not that long range. and they can run away, and it's pretty slow as well.
No one tells me what to do.
Now, the playstyle you want to go for is early game, you're extremely strong. You want to try and kill the laning opponents. You're great at diving because the Shroud drops tower aggro. So let's say you're fighting somebody under the enemy turret and you use your Shroud, you lose tower aggro and you can't get damaged by it, which makes you incredibly safe at diving people, and you want to try and have jungle pressure early game and see if you can abuse that. Afterwards, once you get to middle late game, you should be looking to split push and abuse your 1v1 advantages because you're extremely strong 1v1. You push in the enemies and then you can team fight, or like you can group and team fight because you're going to be 5 versus 4, but try to always split, get small skirmishes and fight in that direction. I hope you guys liked the video. It's a short, quick guide on Akali. I'm going to be spamming Akali for the next couple of days, maybe a week or so. And I'll be doing a lot of matchup guides and all of that good stuff that you guys usually love. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.